Hi everyone, it's Heydi. Welcome to Home with Heydi. So today I'm in my boys' room and I'm really excited to talk about storing children's books. Now for years I've tried different ways of putting books, just lining them up on a bookshelf. I have little cubbies that were shorter than bookshelves, so I would put some similar books there and then in another cubby, but I always just found that they would fall and my boys would have a hard time lining them up. A lot of the books were flimsy books, and so having them lined up didn't always work. They didn't always stay up, and it was just a bunch of books just laying on the shelves. So a couple months ago, I recognized that I wasn't really having issues with books, and then I realized that I figured it out. I figured out how to store their books so that they could pick up after themselves and put the books back super easy, and I didn't have to go back and tidy it up or, just make it the way I wanted it. Functional, that's the word, functional. So I'm gonna take the camera, flip it around and show you. All right, so this is what I've discovered. These bins that hold the books. So these are bins that were part of a holder, and the holder came with small bins and also wider bins. Here's an example of the wider bins. And they're meant for toys, I guess also books. And this way has just been so extremely helpful because, as you can see, the boys are done with a book, they just pop it in there versus having to stand them up on a shelf. They just lay back and they can move them around to search for the right book that they need. And if one bin is full, then they can put books in the other bin. I just found this. Something along there. So I'm gonna try to explain a little bit why this bin system has worked so well for us. And I think it has a lot to do with the type of bins. Now these are really sturdy bins. I saw in the Target section, let me kind of zoom out a little bit. My arm can only stretch so much. But I saw in the Target like dollar section, $3 to $5 section, they had bins like this, but they were not very sturdy. They were very cheaply made because they're only a couple bucks. But these are very sturdy. I got this set from my sister-in-law, and they were her kids, and her kids are like college, senior in high school. So you know what they say, things are a little bit made sturdier versus now that they're maybe more flimsy and cheaper. So that has really helped for the books to be able to stand up versus a thinner material. It also helps that they're shorter so the kids can see what books they're looking at versus a tall bin. And I'll show you the difference because I've used tall bins in the past and it's just a lot harder for them to kind of look through it, finger through it, and see what books they want. So I'll show you the difference with that. All right, so here's an example of some tall bins and how it can make it harder for kids to use this bucket system. So with these short bins, it's easy to kind of pick things out, take a look, versus these taller bins that, yes, they can still do the same and finger through them, but everything's kind of covered. It's a tall bin right up there versus they're just able to quickly look at what they have. It's just been made such a big difference for us versus also another big type of bin where things can just fall in here. It's just so wide and then you have to fill up the bin with books. And having smaller bins, you can just do a smaller amount of books in each bin. Now, we actually use this bin downstairs in the living room because we only need one bin of books downstairs versus in their room, they can have a lot more choices. If you think I don't have a ton of books, you're right. I declutter their books all the time. I give books away just to Goodwill. If it's a really nice book, I look to see if it's worth selling online, but I do keep just some of their favorites for them and also for their younger siblings. But lots of books we just borrow from the library. I do not want to have a lot of clutter, a lot of book clutter, and so we borrow a lot of books. So I really hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what you think. Let me know what tips you might have on how to store your children's books. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.